Hello everyone, thanks for joining this session. I like how you all just fed back straight away. Hello, good. We've got an interactive audience, that's good. You're all here for YouTube, right? That's what we're expecting. Has anybody got a YouTube channel already? Right, of those, just keep those hands up. I don't mind ish is fine. Put your hands down if it's not very active, you're not doing anything with it. Okay, almost everyone, just a couple of people are doing stuff. That's good, that's why we're here. I'm gonna inspire you to get started more with YouTube, hopefully. If not, don't tell me that I didn't inspire, I'm just gonna assume that I did. If you've been faffing around with YouTube for a little while, that's fine. Today's the day we're gonna stop faffing around and actually have a plan to do something with it, okay? I will tell you this as my only, why is the thing not moving? Let's see. Hopefully the bottom bar moves. I will tell you that I've got a YouTube summer school that starts in a week or two, which the QR code is there all the time. That's the only part of a pitch that I'm gonna give you, is that. I'll tell you more about it at the end as well if anyone's interested in that stuff. So, I'm the king of video. That's my brand. And I'm the king of video because the domain name was available, okay? Right, like most kings, I stole the title. No king is given the title, they steal them. The domain there, you know, I was in a coaching group at the time and I said, hey, can I call myself the king of video? And they all said, shut up and get on with it. So I did, because the domain name was available. But I actually had a video company for 7 years. I used to be a public speaker in the tech space. I started a video company and I went to all the places that I'd spoken to and said, hey, do you want a video for your conference? Most of them said no. And then one of them in Amsterdam said yes. And then after that, we started doing tech events for the next 7 years around the world. So it's really, really fun. Been to Vegas 5 times. Don't ask me what happened. I won't tell you. Exactly, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Well, what happens really is when you're working there, you do 25,000 steps, you absolutely have a potty mouth, you're absolutely fucked, right? Because it's just so much hard work, and outside it's 35 degrees. So you sweat a lot as well, which is brilliant. It's not as glamorous as it sounds. Also, a dad, husband, geek, and unapologetically me, which is why I don't apologise for swearing. I'm a potty mouth, I'm also a 42-year-old adult, so it is what it is. So what do you think of YouTube? When you think about YouTube, what do you think of? Just shout some stuff out at me. What do you think about? Say that again? Learning, yeah. Anyone else? Information, yeah. Engagement. Money. God, such business response. No one said cat videos, no one said gaming, no one said music, all of those things. I noticed Adam had got some music on YouTube. So we all have these preconceptions. Thankfully, you guys are business audience. You're thinking about the business thing straight away. And of course, we're talking about making money from YouTube in this session anyway. Now, what YouTube is not is a place to store your Zoom calls. Okay, a lot of people will take things that they do online, Zoom calls, workshops, that kind of thing, and they'll just dump them on YouTube. And they'll say, well, I've got a YouTube channel now. I'll put something there. And then there's 10 minutes of you going, we're just letting a few people in. We're just going to wait a minute for them to come. And it's boring, right? It's not very engaging. You've got to create content that is for YouTube. I'm going to explain more about that as well. And it's a serious business tool. You see, I searched for Zoom 01, which is what your Zoom calls used to be called when you recorded them. And I found these random couple of videos, years old with no views, because that's not the place to store stuff. What YouTube actually is these are my 5 A's. So what it is a place to build your audience, a place to build your authority, create an asset library of your best content, accelerate know, like, and trust, which we all know about in business, and add value to your business. Often when we're putting stuff out there into the world, we think about adding value to other people, giving information to them. Actually, I want to show you how we can add value to our own business as well. So I'm going to go through those, and then at the end of those 5 A's, I'll show you the ways we make money on YouTube for business as well. The one thing I should point out is I'm not a viral sensation. So until the end of this year, I had about 3,500 followers, subscribers, sorry, on my YouTube channel, on my old YouTube channel, which is actually what this presentation is largely focused on. I've got a new channel, and the new channel's got almost 10,000 subscribers. It did hit 10,000 subscribers. It's lost a few since I stopped posting on it. But the reason why I have the second channel, which is now my main one, is because I wanted to prove that we could grow a channel really fast. So we did that from February the 1st. I had 98 subscribers. April the 30th, I had 10,000. So I wanted to remove this idea that actually, even though Matt talks about YouTube all the time, and he's got 3,500 subscribers, we could grow a channel fast as well. And it was all legit ways. We weren't buying followers or anything like that. The other thing I'll say is my main channel, the original one that I had, we made over 100,000 in revenue from that, right? And I first got my first brand deal when I only had 700 subscribers. So you can actually make money straight away. And I'll show you some examples of that as well. I did a survey. It's, I think I've still got it. It might be at the end of this presentation, where it's, is your business ready for YouTube? That was the survey. I had 500 people fill that in. I've got a couple of examples here of the responses that I got. Have you got a YouTube channel already? Most people said no, they haven't. Those people that did say yes, like you guys, it was the first yes and the second no. We're not doing very much with it, okay? And I just wanted to focus on the first day, which is audience. This is my original channel, and the reason why, probably the biggest reason why YouTube is important for your business is for this reason here. And actually it gets more important with AI now. You can see I'm at the top of Google for how to fix Facebook Live sideways. It was actually a shit video that I made that's 90 seconds long, and I did it because I was answering questions that people were asking me all the time. I just got fed up of answering the question. I kept copying my response and putting it into Messenger. So I was like, I make this little video, show them how to do it, and I put it on YouTube. Unfortunately, it became my most popular video and got to the top of Google. So there's 105 million results there, and I'm the top. So think about your businesses. Again, just shout at me some industries that you're in. What industry are you in?
Live streaming.
Live streaming?
Nutrition.
Nutrition. Anyone else? Dentistry. Anyone else? All at once then. Culture and arts, yeah. Say that again? Well-being. Well-being, okay, good. Right, so it's just so I have a bit of an understanding. So if you think about your industry, what things would you want people to search for where you'd want to be the top of Google? The answer to that question. Again, this is so important when it comes to AI because YouTube is now surfaced in ChatGPT. Has anybody had an answer that's been a YouTube video in ChatGPT? Just me and Adam. Okay, a couple of people. Yeah, good. Right, so it is surfaced there, so we want to be the answer to that. Everyone's using AI, right? Again, just hands on AI? Yeah, pretty much everyone, good. And even if you didn't think you are, because you use Netflix and all those things and they have AI in them. Yeah, so this is the video that I created. It was 8 years ago now. It says 5 years on the screenshot. It had very few views, and then COVID happened. So well, we're going to come to assets in a second, but the reason why I'm pointing this out from an audience perspective is this video still brought me new people every single day, every day. Only a few, but still every day. Like, what do you do with your marketing now where you can create something 8 years ago that's still bringing you new people every single day? You can see I've got a few, this is just like general people watching it until we get to COVID times there, and then we get a hockey stick. It's not a big hockey stick, right? It went from whatever it is there, 0 to 250 a day, something like that. And then I would imagine this is like lockdown number 2. And then these are probably periods where I've promoted it somewhere or another. Okay, so that 90-second video had 55,000 people view it. 851 watch hours. I remember being at school and they said to me, I was a naughty boy at school, and they said, Matt, it's not my time you're wasting, it's everyone else's. Well, I'm fucking wasting loads of people's time now, and I'm getting paid for it, which is good. So they were wrong. Sorry if you're a teacher. 272 people said, for that really bad video, I really like your bad videos, I'm going to see if you've got some more, okay? It's really important because actually what happens with these subscribers is once they hit subscribe, every time you post a video, they're going to see it on their homepage. Okay, so that's the difference it makes. So a YouTube video that you create today can be generating leads 3 years from now or 8 years from now. Actually, I've killed that channel. That video is not there anymore. A small caveat is, as my channel changed, the video that I had that was bringing me new people, it was bringing the wrong people. So that's why I killed it in the end. Just because my focus changed over those 8 years. So most people, they'll start a channel. You said, did you do nutrition? No? Well-being. You were well-being. Okay. So you might have, in the past, be purely focused on fitness. Fitness is your thing, and you're like, yeah, I love fitness. And then 5 years later, you're like, fitness is great, but actually the well-being stuff's important now. I need to focus on that. So all those people that were focused on fitness at that time, they might be like, well, I don't care about well-being now. This is not the space I'm in. Which everyone should care about it, right? Good. So the second A then is authority status. Now there's a couple of ways, hopefully you'll agree with me, that you can gain authority status. One is writing a book. Everyone agree on that? Yeah? Because it's hard, right, to write a book, or it's perceived to be hard. Another one is public speaking. Would you agree on that? Feared more than death. So definitely hard. Again, perception is that it's a difficult thing to do. And then the third one, I think, is a YouTube channel. Okay, why would I put those next to those other two things? Because the perception is that YouTube is hard. It's easy to be on Facebook and to be on Twitter and to be on Instagram, but YouTube, the perception is that it's hard to get onto that as well. Why? Because it's because of that perception. So people think if you've got an active YouTube channel that you're creating content on already, their perception of you goes up. Think about it, all the people that you've seen do public speaking sessions or authors or anything like that, if you search for them and you found the YouTube channel and it's got loads of content on them, of course your perception is good. It's like if they're on TV, right? It's the same sort of thing. Agree or no? Not sure.
I think it's hard for people just because of
I have
yeah.
an account, I've got one subscriber, but
yeah.
It's there in public, but nobody's connecting with it.
Yeah.
So
we're going to talk about the system and stuff later on, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Authority-wise, hopefully you're doing a job in your industries, authority-wise. In this particular instance with Kelly, she'd asked for a video expert. Obviously, I'd not done a job with Kelly because she didn't know it was me, but a few people did. So this is what should be happening in your industry. If you're doing a good job from a personal branding or a business perspective right now, when anyone asks for someone in your industry, you should be the person that's being tagged. But what also happens is, although I'm the person that's being tagged in all of this stuff, there was a sea of responses. If you want to try this out, ask for a photographer. You'll see like 500 photographers get tagged, or a virtual assistant. So what I did is I then replied with my YouTube channel. I said, hey, Kelly, here's some stuff. At the time I was trying to grow my channel because I'm quite beggy in this, loads of misspellings and all that stuff as well. But I say, look, come and subscribe to my channel. I've got a new channel. Here's the video with the answer to the question, and then I gave the answer in the post as well. But what happens to Kelly at that point? She's reading all of those responses, loads of people are getting tagged, all the other video experts are getting tagged. She clicks my video, and then they're forgot about. She's now focused on me and my Netflix channel. Okay, so it immediately grabs their attention. Attention is the most important thing. Not that you're the best, but you've got their attention. So you can read that, I'm going to read it to you. Okay. So then I want to talk about it as an asset library. If I ask you, in fact, I'll ask you the question, because normally I do this online, can't see people's responses. So by way of show of hands, if I ask you to create 12 videos for your business now, who would feel totally comfortable doing that? Okay. Maybe, yeah, some people sort of as well. So that's maybe like 8 people in the room. Now, if I said to you, I need you to create a video for your business, that video is going to earn you £100,000 in the next year or next 5 years. I need you to create 12 of those, and you'll never have to create any more, just those 12. Who's super motivated to create those videos? Okay, more hands have gone up. Good, thanks. And that's what YouTube is. It's an asset library of your best content. I always refer to it as your own Netflix channel. Okay, because when people get to that channel of yours, they're just binge watching you. You probably don't know because you're not a nerd on YouTube like I am, but the majority of people in the US, that's where all the stats come from, apologies, 60%, something like 60% of people are watching YouTube on their TV now. Okay, on their TV, which is wild to me. Like we were told that the phones were where everyone's attention was, but they're watching it on their TV. And when they're watching it on the TV, YouTube's interface is like Netflix now. Okay.
Do we know what the demographic is, though? Because a lot of them are like kids watching esports.
Yeah. It's a good assumption that a lot of them are kids watching esports, but it's not. The demographics are... Think about it this way. If there's 2 billion people watching YouTube on a monthly basis, do you think your demographic's in it? From 2 billion people? Yeah.
Of course, but a smaller percentage.
Yeah. But how much? So even when I think about a smaller percentage, how many customers do you need for you to be successful? Majority of people in here, if we all had 100 more customers, our ideal client, we would never have to go and find another customer. Just 100 people. Why are we talking about like how many people there is? Like it's a non-issue really. I always just focused on one person. Who's that one person that could be watching? Remember I had 3,500 subscribers and I did all right on my channel. The second one that I created, the one that's now my main channel, in a month we proved we could get leads from that. I'm going to show you the stats on that later on. But in a month I got 26 leads. Now I don't know how much a lead is worth to you guys. Everybody is different. Some people a lead is worth £5, some people it's £5,000. So you've got to work that out. If you had 26 new leads in your business and you were good at converting them, that's what we can do on YouTube in a month.
Do you use it as a funnel to lead to somewhere else?
Yes.
Rather than...
That's the only thing we do.
Yeah,
we don't give a shit about becoming YouTube famous. That's not what I'm all about. We're YouTube for business. We're business owners. We want leads and sales, right? So we focus everything around that. Yeah, that is the system. So long-term assets, they are long-term. You can use them for short-term assets as well. So live streaming, as you mentioned. If I was live streaming, I wouldn't start on YouTube. I'd build an audience on YouTube first, and then I'd do live streaming. But you can do it. I have seen people do it. So every video is a sales asset, and we're using the videos to do these things. So again, think about your process from a cold prospect to a warm lead. What does that normally look like? Is it that you send them a freebie? Is it that you have a phone call with them, or you're doing all the things to nurture them? If we're doing all of these things, we can nurture them really quickly, much better. And what that means is that we accelerate know, like, and trust then. And this is one of the little secret sauce tricks. This is a playlist that I've got called YouTube for Beginners. When you send someone a link to a YouTube video, if you send them a link inside a playlist, it will keep them on your Netflix channel, right? Because you've seen YouTube before. You go to YouTube, you watch a video, before you know it, you're on someone else's channel on a different video, right? Has anyone experienced that? Yeah? By doing it this way, they stay on your channels, on your videos. So if someone watches 6 videos of yours and they're not bored and they're all right with your voice and your potty mouth, do you think they're going to be more likely to buy from you if they've watched 6 of your videos back to back? Yes. So content builds over time. It compounds. There's this compounding effect all the time. Our views never really go down. Our subscribers never really go down. Mine is going down in a minute, but we'll talk about that later. More videos equals more discoverability. So we start like 6 to 12 videos is kind of a secret sauce for me in terms of just getting the channel out there and getting something on there. But then if we can do that every week after that, we'll keep bringing people towards us. And then added value, if I say to you about adding value, often we think about this externally. So we're adding value to our audience. We're told to do this by marketers all the time. Go and add value to their audience. They're more likely to come and buy from you. What I want you to think about from this perspective is adding value to your business. People think YouTube is hard because it takes a lot of effort. I'm already doing Facebook. I'm already doing Instagram. I'm already doing Pinterest. I've got to add another thing to my list. But what if this was the top of the list? And we use that to create everything else. I call this a signature piece of content, your video. And then you can create all of this other stuff off that one video. Okay? So it looks like this. It makes everything else work harder. So I've got a process, a content repurposing process. We use a piece of software called Descript. We take the YouTube video, put it in there, and with the AI tools that it has, it will create things like a blog post, the YouTube description, short form content clips. It takes about an hour or two after creating your video to create all of the other assets. And you'd outsource that, you give that to a VA. Whatever you're paying your VA, like 20 quid, 30 quid, whatever, 2 hours of that and you're done for the week. Yeah, you can create a newsletter off the back of your YouTube video.
Can I ask what that software is again?
It's Descript, D-E-Script, yeah, Descript. That's on the last week of summer school, that's what I teach, is that process. So how do we make money on YouTube then? That's what we're interested in.
In terms of comparing it to TikTok,
Yeah,
it's also really very
they're not a fair comparison.
right.
TikTok is a short form platform, largely, even though it's changed now. It's a vertical platform, largely, even though it's changed now. And the growth of that is different to YouTube. If you go and try and find a video on TikTok that's 3 years old, you're much more unlikely to find it than you would on YouTube. And also, if you're not making video at all now, I would start you on TikTok. It's a growth platform. It gives you instant results. YouTube takes longer, and the results are not as quick. But the rewards long-term are better.
So would you suggest making, so let's say you make a video for YouTube.
Yeah.
Would you suggest then piecing that to a shorter form and then also posting it on TikTok?
Depends on the content.
And then-
If it's a podcast, yes, because the short form audience are used to seeing people in the middle of a podcast talking about a topic. Like, we're so used to that now. Diary of a CEO has accelerated everything for that. If it's...
Just while it's in my head, sorry to just step up.
So-
I heard some of my really good content creators that use TikTok to measure, to find the ones that were good,
Yeah,
and measure them on TikTok, and
Yeah.
then move them onto other platforms.
yeah, that's one strategy, yeah. That's fine, yeah, but it's a similar sort of thing, right? Like, there's no person that gives advice out there from their perspective that is wrong, unless they're lying. If they're saying, this is what I do and it works, then that's true for them. It might not be true for you. Yeah, so you've got to always question, not them, don't question them and their advice. Their advice is working, they're telling the truth. If they're telling the truth, then that's true. But your niche is different, your experience is different, your platform, your algorithm, everything is different for you. So you've got to make the choice and then do some testing as well around that stuff. Yeah,
Sorry if you've got to come on to this.
that's all right.
Is there any advice or guidance in regards to YouTube as to duration, or again is that related
YouTube, what duration?
to duration of video?
5 to 15 minutes.
That is
Yeah.
So
It's not the right answer, it's just an answer. It's my answer, yeah. 5 to 15 minutes. So, 'cause all these questions are great, by the way, and I get them all the time. So anyone that thinks, I'm asking a stupid question, don't worry about it. I've had them all. None of them are stupid. I say 5 to 15 minutes, because 5 minutes, you can go into good amount of detail on one topic. 15 minutes, you can go into loads of detail on one topic. And that's all we should be focusing on, one topic. But I can't tell you, if I told you, right, you've got to go and make an 11-minute video, you'd be sitting there thinking, fucking hell, 11 minutes. Is this 10 minutes or 11? The whole time you'd be thinking, is it 11 minutes? Instead of focusing on delivering the content. So 5 to 15 minutes is a good enough variance for you to create a great video in that amount of time. If it's less than 5, then do a short. Go and do a short or do a TikTok. Yeah. All right. Right, so great questions, guys. Thanks so much for these. This is the answer to making money on YouTube, according to YouTube. But it's a really bad answer, according to every YouTuber. Okay, no YouTuber will say, no, that's not true. I was going to say, no YouTuber will say, I make all my money from AdSense. Bad YouTubers will say, I make all my money from Google Ads, because they've put all their eggs in one basket and YouTube can just take it off them like that. Okay? Great example. A magician came to me, had 8,000 subscribers, 1.7 million views. It took him 2 years to get there, which is pretty good, but he makes magic. Who's not interested in magic? Everybody is, right? And he was doing a video a day. Who wants to do a video a day on YouTube? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, not her, not me neither, right? It was relentless. I was like, mate, what are you doing? You must be killing yourself doing this. But he got loads of videos of him doing magic, right? But he had no other monetization strategy. So he was making about £1,200. £1,200 passive is good, isn't it? But it's not passive at all. Exactly. It's not passive at all. He was doing a video a day. He was working a full-time job doing YouTube. So he could have killed it if he'd have had another monetization strategy, right? Which he has now, by the way. So these are the revenue streams that I suggest people pick. Affiliate revenue, memberships, digital products, courses, coaching, done for you, Facebook group, website traffic. They're not the only ones. There's probably a few I've missed, but as an overarching look and feel to it. So of course I've used myself as an example of somebody that's doing a good job, reasonable job at this. With less than 1,000 subscribers, I got £40,000 from one brand deal. There was multiple parts to it, but it was from one brand deal. So they paid me for 4 videos that I would have made anyway. Okay, £3,000 they paid me for them. And then off the back of that, they paid me a £5,000 retainer $5,000 retainer, sorry, for 8 months to run their community.
How did you come about
I was referred to them by somebody else. And that 4 videos first is what they wanted. And then I suggested that their competitor had a community that had 20,000 people in it and they had 0. And I said, why don't I build that for you? And we built it to 4,000. And even with those results, they still sacked me off at the end of the year. The program ended. That's what happened. And I had 750 odd subscribers when they started that brand deal. So you don't need to have loads of subscribers. Why does it say 0 a month? I'm not sure. It's probably because I had nothing. It's nothing from AdSense. I wasn't approved for Google AdSense. That's the point in that. So I'm not making any money from Google Ads, but I'm making all this money elsewhere, off platform. And these are the revenue streams that I had. So not only was I doing that, then I started like the King of Video stuff, teaching people, had a membership. I've had about 4 memberships since then. Things like the summer school we've done.
Become a member to your channel membership?
No, because that's pants. The channel memberships are like £10 or less. Right. My memberships were like 50 quid. Right. So why would I use YouTube's when I could use my own and make more money?
Is that a membership away from YouTube?
Yes.
Right, okay.
But it was about YouTube. Originally it was called YouTube for Business. I had one called King of Video Academy and a few other different ones as well. Okay, we used to do editing and various things as well. And then I had a client, the title's gone. I had a client who was a business coach, it should say that at the top. She came to me, she had about 100 subscribers when she came to me. She told me last week, that we did 26 videos. I always thought it was like 12. But we did 26 videos, so 6 months worth of content. We got her views to a massive 2,000 views, right? Which is crap, right? It's 2,000 views. Imagine 2,000 people in here, though, in this room. I'd be really excited about that. Most importantly, she wasn't monetized, but she got a £6,000 coaching client. And that coaching client came on her video and mocked her. It was a troll and said, your music's too loud. And we were like, first I was like, fuck this guy. And then I was like, no, we should go and kill him with kindness. And so we said a really nice, always had the negative response first. But we killed him with kindness. She got on a call with him. She's a brilliant closer. And he just needed more coaching. She's a coach that coaches coaches. One of those people, right? She does really a good job of it, though. And after all of that, she still didn't want to work with me after that. We're not getting enough views. 2 years later, she's just started working with me in Leicester. And I said, what's happened to your YouTube channel? I said, I looked, you've got like 20,000 views now. And she said, she says, I send my videos out every week in my newsletter. And people go and watch them. So it's been increasing that over time. She said one guy that started working, firstly she said, everybody that comes to me now to work with me has watched my YouTube channel. Everybody. And she says, one guy, he says, I've watched all your videos for 2 years. And she says, I've only got 26 videos. You've watched the same one 4 times. And he was like, no. So he went back and checked. And he was like, oh, you're right. I've been watching the same one. But of course, over a 2-year period, he couldn't remember that he'd watched them again. And then now he's working with as a client, you know. He downloaded them as well. So he downloaded the same videos 4 times. So I want to ask you what's stopping you, right? And it's usually one of these things. And this is death by PowerPoint on purpose. Okay, it's supposed to be. The red parts are the overarching themes of things that stop people doing YouTube. And then the bullet points are things that anyone that comes towards me has one of these problems. Most of them, it's family commitments and life. Life gets in the way. But it might be perfectionism. You might have created some videos and thought, these are shit. I don't like looking at myself, don't like listening to myself. Got that boring Leicester accent. Sorry, Adam. Just me and you. Anyone else here from Leicester? Leicester, yeah, that's why we say Leicester. Like that. Yeah, Leicester. But it could be like giving up too quickly. You know, some people create brilliant videos and then they're like, I only got a few views, so I just gave up. And then they'll go back 2 years later and they're like, I got 100,000 views on that video. I didn't realise. It takes time sometimes. Or it could be equipment overwhelm. The other one I love is low energy as well. Has anybody ever tried to create a video, you spent an hour setting up the equipment and then thought, fuck it, I'm not going to do this? Okay, thank you. Just one person at the back. Good. I've done that. I've set up my stuff and it's not worked. I forgot to press record on the mic. Just checking. I can see it on my camera still working. And then I thought, fuck this, I don't want to do it now. My energy's so low, it's drained the hell out of me, you know, the equipment. But that's happened, so we talk about energy and stuff. And even I've had people talk to me about women's cycles. We've talked about that on my coaching calls before, stuff that I never thought I'd need to know about. There we go. So I'm going to show you a system that I've got. This is the general format that we have for YouTube. It's planning, production, publishing, promotion. It's my 4 Ps. I've written a book, and it's all about that stuff. It's not out yet, but it's all about that stuff. And we have an ideal viewer that goes in. That's our ideal client. Everybody has an ideal client, right? We all know that that is. And then money comes out. That's what should happen. I'm going to show you how to do the planning bit. I'm going to show you a tool. It's free. You can have a go at it. It's called Tube Coach. Hurrah! My photographer bought this crown, and she was like, "Oh, you're going to put that on?" I thought, "Oh, this looked like a right dickhead wearing that." And I thought, I'll never use those photos, and we use them all the time now. So sorry about that, but also not sorry. So this is Tube Coach. Does anybody here know what vibe coding is? A couple of people? Vibe coding. It's basically creating an app with AI by talking to AI, and it creates the code for you. So it's like good vibes whilst coding, right? That's how I built this app. It's amazing. You come in here, you put in your ideal viewer, and it helps you generate all the stuff for your ideal viewer. Then what we do is we take that ideal viewer, and because it knows who that is now, and we put in the demographics and stuff as well, when we create content ideas, it creates content ideas for that ideal viewer. So I'm solving a couple of problems that people have when they come to me all the time, like, I don't know what to talk about, I don't know what videos to create. So this creates them based on your specific niche. Then we take those videos and put them in a content planner. So we've got a really structured way of doing things. We create the thumbnails in the system. So we use these reference images from you, and that will create you a thumbnail. I actually tell it, I'm going to demo it for you, but I'll tell it like, I don't smile. Can you please stop showing teeth in my videos? And it does it for you. So, oh, and just to mention it, this is the only QR code for that specific software if you want to grab a screenshot or anything. I'm going to show it you. I'm logged in as Adam. Adam is a completely new user to the system. So we'll see how that goes, because normally I demo it on my machine. Here we go. Oh. Okay, so what I would do then is, when you first come into the system, it gives you an onboarding thing. I've just killed my Vimeo account, so that's why that's not showing, literally yesterday. And it gives you like a bunch of stuff that you need to do. So one of them is to build the avatar, your ideal avatar. So we're just going to fill some of that in. And occupation, we're going to say business owner. These are all the standard things that you should be using for your ideal avatar, right? We all know these demographics-based things. Hit save. And then when I get to sugar, yeah. The AI stuff is not there. When I go to interests, normally what happens is you can press generate with AI. I'll fix this so it's in the free version. It doesn't really matter for this. But you put in the hobbies and interests. So let's say it was a diary of a CEO. And we said business owner, so making money. Let's save that, say that for now. And then at the end, what you can do is generate an avatar and a tagline. Again, it's not in here because it's the free version, but you can come along and connect your channel. So when you connect your channel, what it does is send you little milestones. Every time you get like 100 views and more subscribers, it will send you a little picture, which is quite nice. You can't see it on here, brilliant. And then we get to the content planner. So if I go to video ideas, what I do know is the free version will let you generate 6. So what you should do, even with that small amount of information that we've given it, is create ideas for a business owner that wants to make more money. And as you can see, 7 side hustles you can start in the UK with £0. How I'm turning 1,000 into 10,000, blah, blah, blah. So then what I can do is I can say add to planner. I go to my content planner, and there's my video now that I've got in my planner. And then what I can do is I can go into that video here. Oh, that does work. And I can create a script for it. So I can say generate script. And what it does in that script, the thing that I really like about it, yeah, you're not going to do it today just to make me look stupid. It normally gives me 3 hooks. So when I come to film my videos, I've got 3 hooks. Does everyone know what a hook is? Yeah, okay, good. it gives me 3 hooks that I can try. So I might film them as when I'm creating my videos. Then it gives me the script. So I don't even need to think about what I'm talking about. Now, obviously, I would. I'm not going to read the script word for word. I'd go and edit that and make it my own. I might tell it in the custom instructions. There's a little button here that says custom instructions, that I might give it like the context of what I want the video to be about, or the format and all that kind of stuff. But you can see that we do it like that. So now I've got my script. I'll move it to scripting. I might move it to filming. So I go in on a Saturday to do my videos. But what I want to do is just see the thumbnail that... Shit. Well, this was supposed to allow you to do 1. It says 1 there, but it still can't generate it. Oh, yeah, can. Good. What was the video called? Yeah, but what was it called? We need the type. 7 side hustles. So let's do that. 7 side hustles. Pardon? A thumbnail. It's just the image that you use on the top of the video. So just as a side note, right, for because we've not talked about it much in here, but the video is great that you create, but if nobody clicks on it, it's pointless having it. So the thumbnail is really important to get people to click. I went all the way to LA to a YouTube conference, right? It cost me thousands of pounds, and the overarching thing that I got off the back of that was, if nobody clicks your videos, it's pointless having it. You can spend all the money on it. So you must have a good thumbnail and a good title. Yeah?
Does the description matter as well? Or?
It matters for SEO, but less so than anything else. The title and the thumbnail is the most important thing. Title should be curious. Don't tell them the answer to what the video's got. Curious, and it should offer them something, and then the thumbnail should give them enough to then go and click through to it. So I should have pressed generate whilst I talked about that. Now I'm generating it. I've given it no reference images, so it's just going to make up a person in the video. The way the generator is created is that it knows what a highly converting thumbnail is. So it should have a person in there somewhere, quite a big face of somebody, and it should have the text. I've never tried it without any reference images, so I don't know what it's going to create, but we'll see. Oh, there you go. Oh, well, it was pretty much what I said it would be, right? I don't know if you know AI, but it's very racist, AI. There's a big study about bias in AI, and it's very white biased. So it's no surprise to me that it's a white man that's chosen. When you put your references images in, you'll have no problem. But look at that for a thumbnail that it's generated with my 7 side hustles, 2024. Why has it chose 2024? Might ask it to change that. But that's a pretty good start, right? Certainly better than I could do, even though I'm fairly proficient in Canva. Okay, so when you put all your reference images in there, you're good to go. And then what I could do, because I like to see that in my videos, in my planner, I can attach it to my planner here. And then I start to see it as I'm editing. So what I do, I said I'd show you the general system and process for YouTube, is I'd spend maybe an hour doing all of that stuff for 4 videos. Maybe 6 if I'm feeling spicy enough. And then I put them all in my planner here, and then I set my filming date for Saturday. So inside here, I click on it, I can say filming date's gonna be Saturday. Publishing date I can pick at any time in the future, so I know clearly what my structure is for publishing my videos. Let's say I publish them every Wednesday. And then when I go to my calendar, I can see it, there it is. So there's my filming date, there's my publishing date. And when I look at the board view, I get to my office, I see the videos that I've got to create, and away I go. Okay? I'm not getting into the office, I've got a studio in Leicester, I'm not getting there and then thinking, oh, what am I gonna film today? Because what happens then is I spent an hour doing that and I'm low energy then by the time I'm like, oh, all that planning was so hard. Okay? Has anyone ever planned anything that they never did? Don't lie. Everybody's got their hands up right for this.
Does this app publishers for you if you connect it?
Not yet. Getting approval from YouTube to use their APIs for YouTube is like, well, if I was a politician, I'd get it straight away, apparently. They get what they want. But anybody else, you have to go through these really weird processes. There's loads of other things in here, short form ideas, it will create short form content ideas, etc., etc. Don't have enough time to show you all of that, but I just wanted to show you that's the system. The reason I built that system is because we used to use a Notion template, which kind of guided people through the process, but it was very like one way. This way, you do all of that stuff. If you work with me, I can come into the system and see where you're at. So when you said you were going to do your content ideas this week and you didn't do it, I can say, hey, come on, we agreed that we were going to do this week. Okay, let's come back to here then. Good, so now you know you've got a system, right? I'll improve some of the bits it said I couldn't do because I was on the free account. I'll make sure that that's available as well when you're getting started. But you can see, yeah, it's creating the thing that I like about the reference images is like, I got a grey beard and it picks up that detail. Like it knows, I've got a red watch on. I've always got a red watch on in these generated film ideas. Like it's really, really smart, really close. I said, someone mentioned about leads and the general process. I said I'd just give you the example of this as well. And this is using a system then. So what I wanted to do in August last year is create a brand new channel from zero and publish a bunch of videos and see what results we can get. If we were very strategic and if we had a lead magnet or some way of capturing leads. Does anybody not understand what I just said? Lead magnets and capturing leads? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's just, if you've ever gone to a website and it said, hey, do you want to get my free content ideas? And it will help you create content for the next 20 months. Fill in your name and email address. That's lead capture. And then on the back end, you'll get an email and then constant emails for the next 10 million years. That's what we're doing here. So pretty much in every video, I was pointing to some kind of lead magnet. And it was, I mentioned the template that I used to use, the Notion template. I gave away that. And I said, hey, go and get that. In the description, yeah? So 1 month, 20 videos. I wouldn't say in a month you should publish 20 videos. It's pretty relentless. You could do it with just 4. 98 subscribers, so not amazing, but it was still 98 people said yes from 0. They were completely new to me, a completely cold audience. I didn't promo this channel anywhere else. I got 2,000 views, 26 leads. It's supposed to be like a big reveal, but I told you right at the start, didn't I? I got 26. Big reveal. Before we do questions, a couple of things. I've got the scorecard, which I don't believe, according to someone told me this weekend, is working. But you can go there, if you fill it in. If it's not working, I'll send you a link this week to do it properly. The scorecard's there. It's, is your best business ready for YouTube? If you get 60 to 70%, that's where most of my clients land. That means there's a gap of some sort that we need to fill. Okay, it doesn't give everybody 60 to 70%. I'm not disingenuous in the thing, right? Some people do get lower than that. Someone got an 89% the other day. I'm real king of video on all the platforms. If you want anything from me, just find me on Instagram, send me a message. I'll ignore it for about 24 hours and then I'll probably get back to you. No, I'll definitely get back to you. It'll come to me. And then lastly, I've got this, last but one, is I've got this YouTube summer school. So this is going to start in 2 weeks. We're doing 6 weeks of workshops, all online, and we have 2 cohorts. One is a daytime cohort, one is an evening cohort, and in that, the website has all the information, but we do things like planning, filming, video editing, content repurposing, publishing, all included in that. And then lastly, if you're in Leicester in October, you want to come to an event. I actually run a couple of events, Tube Fest in Birmingham. That's why I got the t-shirt. That's in year 4, and then this is in year 2, and it's at the Space Centre. We launched the lineup on Friday, so I just thought I'd tell you about this as well. We're doing like a show in the planetarium as part of the event, which is cool, and we've got all these speakers talking about AI. And that's it. Thanks very much. Happy to answer any questions you've got. We've got 10 minutes. Thanks guys. Thanks for starting the clapping. I appreciate it.